Magandang gabi po mga kaliga, si Dav Tupas kasama si Javi Palania. And Javi, itong Bacolod, 14 straight losses, but you know, we've seen some encouraging signs from their team in recent games.
Exactly, lalo na pagpasok ni Louis Vigil, no, after losing to Pangasinan, they've actually come close to a victory in their last 3 games. They only lost by 6 to San Juan, and then their latest game, Pasay by 10.
Oo, no, tingnan naman natin ang ating team standings, and we'll talk about South Cotabato later on. 12-5 ang kanilang record, and they are at number 4 at the moment, tied doon sa pangatalo nila with Davao Occidental. So very important game for them to continue, you know, pushing for that home court advantage in the playoffs.
Exactly, and you know, to be in the top 4 is definitely a big advantage kasi at least di mo na iisipin na mawawala ka sa playoff picture because ang bottom 8 yan talaga ang magkakaroon ng mahirap na road going into the postseason.
And speaking of a hard road to the postseason, Bacolod with 14 straight losses, pahirap ng pahirap ang kanilang you know, daan papunta sa playoffs because they once again suffered a 10-point loss to the Pasay Voyagers. By the way, only Imos has the longest losing streak dito sa ating liga with 17 straight losses. So 77-67 ang final score dito against Pasay.
You know, the common theme for Bacolod, kahit na pagpasok ni Louis Vigil, it's been the slow start para sa kanila. The same can be said in that game against Pasay, but they were able to overcome that during the halftime break. They tied the game up at 38, kaya lang they were outscored in the third quarter, and the Voyagers never looked back. They gave up way too many attempts, and their field goal percentage really wasn't good, particularly Louis Vigil, who only shot 25%. He was 5 out of 20 from the field in that game.
South Cotabato naman ang pag-uusapan natin because they went up against a Bataan team that played with a bit of desperation because eto rin, pasara itong playoff window ng team na to, and somehow South Cotabato absorbed Bataan's strongest blows and came out on top 88-83.
Yeah, it was a back and forth game in this game against the Bataan Risers. Kaya lang ang naging problema para dito sa Bataan, they committed 19 turnovers, which you can't really do against South Cotabato because this is a team that likes to capitalize on those errors and turn them into points.
Oh, and South Cotabato looking for win number 13 as they battle Bacolod. Let's go to Richard Tampos for the starting lineups.
Jojo Antiporda. Playing center number 14, Decoy Lopez. Guard number 16, Ivan Ludubice. At forward number 24, Louis Vigil. Also at forward number 17, Danny Marilao. The head coach is Alex Cabagnot, with the team representative Paul San Jose, assistant coaches Rog Tolentino and Juben Formasil, coaching consultant Chris Gavina, assistant team manager Bong Sanggalang, team manager Luigi Herrera. Now, the starting 5 for South Cotabato Warriors. Playing center number 1, Jammer Hamito. Guard number 6, Eloy Tan. Forward number 14, Mike Sorella. At the 2 guard number 21, the MPBL inaugural season MVP, Val Acuna. And at power forward number 20, Derby Cruz. The head coach is Elvis Tolentino. His assistants are Boying Diloy, Ramon Pido, Apol Coronado, Peter Deleguero, and Don Tolentino. Team manager Merman Flores. The team owner is rap sensation Mike.
Blue Star Max win to the max ang ating presenter sa ating starting lineup. Ivan Ludovice, Jojo Antiporda, Decoy Lopez, Louis Vigil, Danny Marilao para sa Bacolod. On the other side, it's Eloy Tan, Val Acuna, Jammer Hamito, Miko Serrela, and Jervy Cruz. Interesting starting lineups for both teams. A big lineup para sa South Cotabato.
Trying to match up also with the height of this Bacolod squad. You have Louis Vigil at the 3 spot, and Marilao at the 4, Lopez at the 5.
Yang medyo kakaiba. And Decoy Lopez and Sorella, may mga players na halos parang pareho yung skill set. Ito yung dalawang to eh.
I get that. Both players can shoot from the outside, can be very physical inside the shaded area, but that time Lopez gives it up. Good thing Eloy Tan wasn't able to finish underneath the basket.
Orlando Davise on the floor, starting for Bacolod. Picked up during the free agency window. Ludovise got the step, uses the left hand, no good on the layup. Nakuha ni Jammer Hamito ang rebound.
Not a lot of lift on that layup attempt. Galing kay Ivan Ludovise, got bumped as he attempted that shot, which in return gave up that easy 2 points.
Ivan Acuna misses the three. First attempt. Para kay Val. Marilao, free throw line jumper is short. Rebound nakuha ni Jammer Hamito. Dalawang rebound na para kay Jammer early on.
Even if we talked about Nicole Sorella and Decoy Lopez having similar skill sets, I love that Coach Elvis Tolentino put Nicole Sorella on Louis Vigil for defensive assignment.
Eloy Tan knocks down the jumper for the first basket of the ball game.
And certainly a guy that you can expect to bring a lot of hustle and energy. Can come off the bench as well, but starting games, he could definitely be that catalyst to set the tone para dito sa South Cotabato.
Here's Eloy Tan off that pick. One dribble pull-up para kay Eloy. That is money. Acuna. Nagay kay Eloy Tan. Walong segundo sa shot clock. Eloy. Jervy Cruz, that pick and pop. No good. Sorella with the offensive rebound. Acuna, turnover. Takbo ang Bacolod. Vigil. That slow sidestep. Para kay Louis Vigil, finishing that one 2-all.
He's tough to stop. Decelerating right there on the break. But great patience in transition galing kay Ivan Ludovise. He could have easily given it up to Danny Marilao, who was ahead of the pack. Jervy Cruz scoring there para sa South Cotabato. Mahihirapan ang depensa ng Bacolod dito. They're gonna have to be consistent.
And Danny Marilao takes the jumper over Jammer Hamito. Mintes, rebound ni Jervy Cruz. Ahead to Sorella. Now low to Jammer. Nakapwesto na. There's a double team. Labas kay Jervy. That's a three. That's off to the right. Vigil on the move. Louis. Natapikan ni Eloy Tan. Back the other way. South Cotabato. The bounce pass from Acuna to Sorella for two.
Perfectly run fast break right there para sa South Cotabato. Val Acuna making the right decision to get it to the right side to Nicole Sorella for the finish.
That's last touch. On South Cotabato player, let's watch this fast break of the game brought to you by New Star. Win to the max. Easy too. For Nicole Sorella, who's still wearing that mask. Jojo Antiporta for three. Yes.
Excellent baseline out of bounds play there para sa Bacolod. Went up for the shot right away to si Jojo Antiporta. Wasted no time. Saw that the defense gave him space.
Sa ilalim, Jammer Hamito too strong. Marilao pinahinga muna. Pinasok na si Alfred Cedillo at 23 against Pasay. His former team. Decoy Lopez. Wala. Jammer Hamito with rebound number 4. Eloy Tan fouled by Ludovise. Just to stop the possible fast break there.
With the way things are going right here, you could feel that Bacolod really prepared well para sa laro na to. Coach Alex Cabagnot already on his toes at the start of the game.
Acuna. Sorella will fire and hit.
One of the best looking jump shot for a big man, ito si Nicole Sorella. Ever since his college days, that outside shot has been money.
Cedillo gustong bumawi. Masyadong malakas. Nakuha ni Jervy Cruz ang rebound. Back the other way, South Cotabato. Jervy Cruz against Decoy Lopez. Tan rises and shoots. No. Cedillo with a rebound. Pass to Vigil. That was tight. But a beautiful finish galing kay Louis Vigil.
That delivery right on the money coming from Alfred Cedillo. Not an easy pass to make at all. at Louis Vigil. Also give credit to him for being able to make that catch and find his way to the basket. Nicole Sorella, though, off to a good start here.
Yeah, actually, both teams in a good flow offensively here, Javi. 11-7 ang ating score. Cedillo trying to beat Hamito off the dribble. Misses the layup. Hamito down low. Out to Jervy Cruz. 3, wala. Ludovice against Tan. Cedillo gets it to Vigil. Louis for 3, knocks it down.
After only shooting 5 out of 20 in that game against Pasay, this is a welcome sign for the Bacolod squad, having Louis Vigil hit his first few shots of the game.
4.5 left here in the first. Bagsak si Jammer Hamito. Here's Jervy Cruz inside. 2 free throws para kay Jervy.
This is the problem when you're going up a team like a team against South Cotabato.
His 3-point shot is brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances. And going back to your point, Javi.
Yeah, South Cotabato, they can hit you from the outside, but they certainly have the personnel to be able to dump it down low into the post to the likes of Jervy Cruz and Jammer Hamito. And then you have Larry Rodriguez also coming off the bench. So inside, outside, very potent itong South Cotabato Warriors.
81% free throw shooter itong si Jervy Cruz.
Very surprising that he's only averaging those kinds of numbers this season. But that just speaks to the depth of this South Cotabato squad, that at any given moment, different guys can step up and put up the numbers.
Ang ganda ng balance sa team na to.
Exactly, yeah, that's the right word for it, balance.
Cedillo will attack. And Larry Rodriguez will be whistled for the foul. He's been rejuvenated. Itong si Alfred Cedillo.
Yeah.
Lalo na nung napirmahan itong si Louis Vigil.
Because at the start of the season, he was really not hitting any shots. Not even attempting a lot. Right now, I'm sure Coach Alex Cabagnot talked to him and made him realize that we need you to shoot baskets because that's going to lighten the load off of guys like Louis Vigil.
13-10. South Cotabato, Mark Cruz is in the ball game. Chris Domapi, Cal Tolentino, and Marwin Junicio. Here's Marwin. Gets it to Mark Cruz. Tolentino with 4 in the shot clock. Domapig. That will not count.
That's the kind of defense you want to play if you're Bacolod, rotating at every situation, communicating as well on the switches, especially in the two-man game.
Staying connected.
Imperative right here against a team like South Cotabato who has developed excellent chemistry throughout the season. Pre-season pa lang talaga maganda na ang linalaro nila, and they were able to buy into the type of play that Coach Elvis wants for this squad. Certainly wasn't easy, but they're here right now, number 4 in the South.
Cedillo leans in, no good. Rebound between him and Domapig. Domapig will win that battle.
Isa rin tong crucial addition para sa kanila. Ito si Chris Domapig. Gives them a big body, a guy who's physical, and a guy who's able to knock down those 15 to 18-foot jumpers.
Pero Mingan, taken away by South Cotabato. Junicio to Cruz. Back to Marwin. The extra pass to Chris Domapig.
Just like in practice, that's the way you run a break if you're South Cotabato. No dribble. Just giving it up to the man ahead and recognizing who's open.
Suzuki play of the game. Marwin, Junicio. Mark Cruz. Junicio back to Domapig. Play of the game brought to you by Suzuki. We have a timeout on the floor as South Cotabato is up by 5 with 3 minutes and 6 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
Cuneta Astrodome for your Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. With a star-studded team, Coach Elvis Tolentino would like to focus on healthy competition, getting into the next levels of this competition. With the performances of the teams, like that of Bataan when they really fought against South Cotabato till the end, kailangan daw mabigyan ng confidence ang bawat isang player para ready anytime hatakin. Sorella is back after his long recovery of his orbital fracture, as we can see. But Christian Fajarito is injured. Marvin Junicio, Val Acuña, Mark Cruz are not 100%. In the absence of one good player is an opportunity for another player to step up, sabi ni Coach Elvis. Si Delphin Javi.
Maraming salamat, Mika. So, few updates from the South Cotabato camp. And much better for them to get everyone having confidence as the games continue to get harder.
Especially because it's going to be a tight race in the Southern Division, contrary to popular belief. It's still going to be one heck of a division in the South, with teams like Davao also playing well at this stage of the tournament. Louis Vigil getting a basket and one right there.
There's Louis Vigil on the attack. It's just really has a really good feel for the game.
Yun
Ito
na nga
si Louis Vigil.
Ano ba meron sa mga player sa JRU High School? Ba't puro mga matitinding scorer?
Oo nga eh. But 26.3 points per ball game so far sa kanyang stint dito.
Didn't Louis also have a high-scoring game in high school?
I think so. Is that like a 44-point game or
Yeah,
something like that?
You know, the players before him, Agovida and Joshua Saret, each reaching 80 points. Crazy.
Ramos trying to go glass. That won't drop. Great pass galing kay Nari Rodriguez, just broken up. Mark Cruz, no good. Last touch on Kyle Tolentino. Ball going back the other way.
And Bacolod just has to stay the course here because the problems won't stop coming to them in this game. Remember, di pa pumapasok yung ibang players dito na South Cotabato. Elorde and Hoson still on the bench.
Marilao splitting the defense and finishing. 17-14. Mark Cruz. Binigay kay Tolentino. Ramos right in front of him. Kyle pulls up the jumper. No roll. Rebound ni Marilao. Here he is leading the break. Danny Marilao. Tuloy-tuloy. Oh, everything but the basket. Para kay Danny Marilao.
I think he kind of babied it when he was up in the air. Could have went for the slam for a sure 2 points. Ito si Danny Marilao.
Ludovice gets into the lane. Nice pass to Marilao.
At that time, he makes sure, talking about Danny Marilao. Credit also to Ivan Ludovice for the good setup, attracting 2 defenders and leaving Marilao wide open underneath the basket.
17-16. Rodriguez kicks it out. Tolentino for 3. Wala. Ludovice leading the break. Peromingan from the corner. 3. No. That ball is batted away. Last touch ni Marvin Junicio.
A few years ago, you would say that's a bad shot, but I think that's still a good setup coming from Ivan Ludovice, considering that you had Danny Marilao underneath ready for the offensive rebound.
36 seconds remaining. Ludovice. Binigay kay Manalang. Marilao turns around. No good. That is off Peromingan. Bola ng South Cotabato.
Despite the miss, still a good set right there para sa Bacolod. We were able to play the matchups very well on that half-court set. Ludovice doing a good job of quarterbacking here para sa Bacolod.
Ball goes back the other way. Turnover for South Cotabato.
A little bit of miscommunication on the part of Junicio and Rodriguez. I thought that Junicio was expecting Rodriguez to come out and meet the basketball.
Ludovice. Chance to take the lead for Bacolod. Ivan Off-balance shot, that won't go. And that should be it. First quarter is done here at the Cuneta Astrodome with South Cotabato leading by a single point. Sorella, magandang kanyang simula. So was Louis Vigil, who hits the three there. But South Cotabato with this well-executed fast break. It's a 1-point lead at the end of the first para dito sa Warriors. The first quarter score is brought to you by GameX Sports, the official online basketball ending partner of the MPBL. Basta ending, GameX. This fan of the game is brought to you by Jinky Skin. This time hindi ko kilala, Javi.
At di ko na rin kilala.
Hindi mo rin kilala.
Di ko na rin kilala.
Okay.
Well, that's a good sign. At least new people coming in to watch our games.
Na-resolve natin yun agad. Pero Mingan finishing inside.
Bucking a slow start. Ito si Tricky Paramingan had a couple of turnovers in that first quarter, but doing a good job of making himself available for those offensive rebounds.
Nico Ilorde, Enzo Hoson, Chris Dumapig, Cal Tolentino, and Larry Rodriguez ang nagsisimula para dito sa South Cotabato in the second period. Dumapig with a strong move.
Very in control right there on the low block. Ito si Chris Dumapig spun and made sure that he carved out enough space to go for that free shot.
Ramos will attack. Hoson anticipating the pass. Tolentino to Ilorde. Binigay kay Larry Rodriguez. Down low to Dumapig. Dumapig gets the 2 points.
He's not going to miss that despite having two defenders there who were smaller than him. He made sure that he got that shot underneath the paint.
Chris Dumapig has been playing well of late. The inside presence that South Cotabato really needs.
Yeah, he was actually one of 4 guys in double figures in that game against Bataan. Had 12 points and 8 rebounds, plus 3 assists. Ay 2 steals pa.
So bumagsak si Ludovice on that challenge by Cal Tolentino. And ngayon, nag-challenge si Coach Elvis. And we will be right back for the result of this challenge.
The challenge made by South Cotabato is unsuccessful. Foul on 5.
So referee Seth Bingo stopped by to explain this unsuccessful challenge from Coach Elvis Tolentino. The foul is actually on the floor.
Yeah, pagland na.
Pag landing. So no free throw.
After the shot already.
And a warning on Coach Elvis Tolentino for unsportsmanlike behavior as well.
Coach Alex Cabagnot is also trying to play the case here.
Oh, and that's a guy who gets fouled a lot.
Exactly.
From beyond the arc.
He's trying to argue that there should have been free throws.
You can't believe it. It is what it is.
Well, he's lucky he's not being given a warning here. He's past the half line. The talking continues here. Ayan na, mabibigyan na siya ng warning.
So Coach Alex gets warned. So there's a foul, pero hindi nga on the attempt, on the way down. Whatever that means. Vigil. No finish from Louis Vigil. Ang galing ni Louis Vigil no? Hindi naman mabilis
Not at all.
Pero andun sa loob
He's able to get to his spot. Magulang talaga. And the IQ is certainly off the charts.
Here's Dumapig against Decoy Lopez. Dumapig gets it out. Nari Rodriguez specialty.
His lengthy experience in being able to play with great players on that San Miguel roster with Coach Alex Cabagnot has really increased his level of understanding para sa laro na to as Ricky Perominga knocks down a three-point shot.
Bacolod only down by 2. And South Cotabato going down low again to Dumapig. Rodriguez. Tolentino trying to work with Rodriguez. Goes to the corner. Nico Ilorde knocks down the 3.
Only the second three-point shot of South Cotabato here in this game.
Cal Tolentino gives up the foul. That's his second. Para makapasok itong si Marvin Junicio. Panoorin natin ang three-point shot brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances.
It's actually Bacolod giving South Cotabato a dose of their own medicine in those shots from the outside. But Ludovice once again delivering a good pass. This time to Decoy Lopez inside the paint.
Diba talaga pag may point guard kang veterano, Javi?
A guy who is not flustered easily. A guy who is able to see the floor, who's always looking for the best opportunity. But Chris Dumapig continues to have the number of Decoy Lopez underneath.
Ang layo. Cedillo, that's a 3 and that's good. Iba klase din ang kumpiyansa ng Bacolod dito. The first available open shot, they go for it.
And they're not afraid to take it. And Cedillo has certainly experienced a revival here in his career. And we were talking about it before this game, that what if they already had guys like Ludovice and Vigil with them at the start of the season?
Yeah, it would have been a different story, I believe. As Decoy Lopez tried his best there too. Sell the call, pero hindi na bigay. And on the other side, Alfred Cedillo able to knock down the 3.
It's a pity they don't have Eli Casinillo anymore.
Yeah.
SGL player kasi.
Oson fires and hits.
It doesn't matter at what point of the game Enzo comes in. He will always be ready to contribute. Doesn't need time to warm up.
Ilorde. Bigay kay Enzo Oson. Baba kay Larry Rodriguez. Faces up. takes the jumper and knocks it down.
I think the type of culture that Coach Elvis has been trying to ingrain into the minds of these South Cotabato players is that you are all very capable in terms of producing numbers. But just be ready at any time. Doesn't matter kung kailan kayo papasok. Lahat naman kayo magagaling eh. Ang sinasabi ko lang sa inyo is maghanda lang kayo parate.
Rodriguez turns around and knocks it down.
Yeah, see what I mean?
He can put points quickly. Itong si Larry Rodriguez. Louis Vigil. Gets it to Decoy Lopez. Inside. Decoy, 2 points.
There's just really something about playing the 3x3 game for a lengthy time and then go back to the 5-on-5. It usually translates to good play and better understanding in the half court.
Larry. Oh,
He's hot. 10
10
points.
10 puntos na para kay Larry Rodriguez. 7-point lead for South Cotabato.
Ang si Larry Rodriguez na naglalaro pa sa Happy Toothpaste sa PBL.
Kaya nga.
I tell you, di na talaga nagpalit yung bilis niya eh. Ganyan na talaga dati pa eh.
That's true.
And that explains the timelessness of his play. That's why he's still able to perform at a high
Humingi na
level.
siya ng sub, by the way. Dumapig inside.
But these two guys have been holding the fort well enough para sa South Cotabato. Ito si Larry Rodriguez at si Chris Dumapig. Excellent job inside the paint.
Ang ganda kasi ng kombinasyon, high-low.
Yeah.
Pwedeng tumira sa perimeter si Larry Rodriguez. Papaluwagin niya yung loob para kay Chris Dumapig para maka-operate.
And then you have guards like Elorde and Noson right there to complement them.
Chris Dumapig at the line. (38-30). Chris Dumapig, 9 points in the ball game. Make that 10.
Wow, so both frontline players in that second unit scoring 10 each.
Lakas.
The next top scorer for South Cotabato is Nicole Sorella. Very unlikely situation for this squad, actually. You usually have Enzo Hoson and Val Acuña being those top guys at this point of the match.
Ludovice takes it strong to the cup.
Ludovice says that, I've been giving the ball to my other teammates. It's my time to try and score the basketball.
And here's Ivan Ludovice, such a smart player. Using that dribble, protecting that basketball very well for laying that ball in for the 2 points. May bonus pa siya dito. And he completes the 3-point play.
I'm sure he certainly relishes the matchup against Nico Elorde. Matagal nang magkakilala yung mga yan.
Oh. Ian Pardo is in the game. Pinapahirapan si Nico Elorde. It's an 8-second violation. Ganda rin yung pagbigla dito ng Bacolod sa South Cotabato.
See, that's something that you didn't see a lot with the personnel that they had at the first half of the season.
Ludovice. Marilao providing the pick. Manalang fires. Yes.
Love that half-court set, pick and roll. It had Marilao rolling to the basket and then Manalang adjusting to the top of the circle, making himself available for that shot that he could definitely make.
Cruz down low to Jammer. Gets the basket, was the foul.
Medyo nagka-miscommunication doon si Marilao at si Manalang on the cross screen on the baseline. Take a look at this right here. Cruz was the one who received on top. That left Marilao to cover Hamito underneath.
Jammer Hamito, 7.3 points, 6.6 rebounds, and 70% on the foul line. Back to a 7-point lead, turnover. Nico Elorde for 3, make that a 10-point lead.
And that's why you can't let up against the South Cotabato squad, because just like that, they can go on a big run and suddenly the lead back up to double digits.
45-35. Nice pass to Vigil. Could not complete the play. Amito. Cruz. Yes.
Humingi pa ng foul. Claims he was hit on the elbow, but another great play in the half court for South Cotabato. That fluidity in the offense being highlighted on that last play.
Timeout muna tayo. 47-35. South Cotabato ahead by 12. South Cotabato's top scorers, Larry Rodriguez, Chris Domapig with 10 apiece. Sorella with 7. And they do have 27 points combined in the first half. 27 of the 47 of the Warriors. By the way, Larry Rodriguez is 2 points away from becoming the 39th member of the 1,000 points club of the MPBL.
There you go. Certainly a big honor para sa kanya. One of the many accolades that he's had throughout his long basketball career.
And scoring this quarter, 30 para sa South Cotabato, 19 for Bacolod. And we still have a little over 2 minutes remaining and make that another basket para kay Enzo Hoson.
A turnover starting to pile up here in the second quarter para dito sa Bacolod. If you can recall that game against the Bataan Risers, doon talaga sila nadali. They committed 19 turnovers that South Cotabato turned into 18 points.
Vigil. Nice fake. Vigil, the fadeaway. Good.
And just so crafty. He has a lot of moves in his bag. Ito si Louis Vigil. Just when you thought that the play was going nowhere, making something out of nothing. Ito si Louis Vigil against Marvin Jonicio right there. Spins, fakes, goes for another pivot, and then the fall-away shot coming from Louis Vigil.
Louis Vigil against Pasay, 13 points, 11 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2 steals. And ever since he came onto the squad, has really provided a scoring punch, giving Bacolod a go-to guy. And naking bagay. So that a talented player like Louis Vigil plays for a team like Bacolod, getting an opportunity na tulungan ng team na to na makaangat.
Exactly, and also having a reunion with his former San Miguel teammate Alex Cabagnot. Those 13 points in that last game, certainly not enough, a far cry from what he's been averaging. He's been averaging 26 points ever since his entry into this Bacolod franchise.
Hoson gets the offensive rebound, balik kay Nico Ilorde. Here's Ilorde. Jervy Cruz swings it to Nick. That's Enzo Hoson who knocks down the 3.
Pretty shot from the outside coming from Enzo Hoson. Handoff on top. Makes him available for that open shot near the wing.
15-point lead right now for South Cotabato. Lumobo na yung lamang dito here in the second quarter. And a foul on Nico Ilorde. That will mean free throws para kay Ivando Davise.
That's a good flare screen provided there by Jammer Hamito to free up Enzo Hoson. Good recognition as well coming from Jervy Cruz.
Mila Nandicho, na homegrown player for South Cotabato, pinasok na dito in place of Nico Ilorde na naandun sa ating Defensive Player of the Year ladder published, I think, in the last 24 hours.
No surprise there. Nico has certainly been an excellent defender throughout his career. High school pa lang, talagang pinapakita niya na ang mettle niya defensively.
There's gonna be a lot of I'm interested. I haven't checked yet yung debate doon sa mga...
I'm gonna check nga the comment section tonight after the games. I'm sure ang daming mga input ng mga fans.
Oo naman, and we always welcome those comments. The engagement from the fans, alam naman natin, yung mga fans ang importante dito sa liga ng bawat Pilipino.
It's always gonna be hard to pick kung sino yung mga top 6 dyan. Kasi sa sobrang daming player dito sa liga. And in this season where there have been a lot of players who have really increased their production and have upped the ante in terms of their performances, it's so tough to be able to narrow it down to top 6 players in each category.
Oo. Joan Tiporda, binigay kay Ludovice. Ivan knocks it down.
Hindi naman opensa naging problema dito ng Bacolod. It's really them turning the ball over and also getting stops on the other side of the floor because they're already scoring, 23 points here in this second frame, but they're giving up already 35 points. At 38 right now, that's too much of a number in one quarter para dito sa South Cotabato if you're Bacolod.
That's three-pointer number 6 in the ball game para sa South Cotabato Warriors. Ludovice passes it off to Vigil at the final moment. Vigil against Junicio. Louis fades away, could not get the bounce. And that will do it for our first half here at the Cuneta Astrodome. Another high-scoring first half. Ludovice knocking down that 3 near the end of our first half. And Jammer Hamito naman, just before the half ended, sinagot yung tira ni Ludovice. And as it stands at the end of the first quarter, it's the South Cotabato Warriors 55, Bacolod 42. This halftime score is brought to you by GameX Sports, the official online basketball ending partner of the MPBL. Basta ending, GameX.
Back at the Cuneta Astrodome for your Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. My name is Mika Abesamis, and right now I am joined by the beautiful Penelope Wilhelmina, the social manager of the South Cotabato Warriors. Hello, good evening to you, Penelope. Penelope, you have been following the South Cotabato Warriors for a while now. What do you think of their playoff goals?
You know, even before the start of the season, it has been the goal of the South Cotabato Warriors to be a champion, no? And eto, nung papasok tayo ng playoffs, patapos na yung elimination, the goal is to be on the playoffs, of course, in the first to number 4 spot, of course, para may magandang pwesto. Coming to the playoffs, padagdag ng kumpiyansa din nila. And coming short nung preseason, talagang iba yung naging kagustuhan ng Warriors na mag-bounce back for this 6th season of the MPBL.
It's very nice to hear from you, Penelope. Penelope, alam kong very close ka na sa mga players, sa coaches. How are you enjoying being their social media manager?
You know what? When you're in the basketball community, it's really happy. From like I was a courtside reporter, I was a play-by-play anchor, and now I'm a social media manager. Sometimes I joke myself na basketball player na lang yung hindi ko nagagawa. But then, very happy to be with the Warriors.
Kumbaga, naikutan mo na lahat. Penelope, meron ka ba mga gustong batian at pasalamatan?
Of course, we would like to greet the governor of the South Cotabato, Governor Reynaldo Tamayo Jr., the mayor of the General Santos City, Mayora Lorely Pacquiao, to our proud sponsors, Sanman, Anta, Team Osiris, RCS Sportswear, Armor On, and to a lot of people who supports the Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League and also the South Cotabato Warriors. That's all. Thank you so much.
All right, maraming salamat. Once again, Penelope Wilhelmina is the social media manager of the South Cotabato Warriors. Magbabalik po ang Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League.
55-42 para sa South Cotabato Warriors here at the Cuneta Astrodome. This is your 2024 MPBL regular season. And before the battle between Pasay and Pangasinan, laban muna tayo ng South Cotabato and Bacolod. And South Cotabato shooting the lights out in that first half, 56%. That includes 6 of 14 from beyond the arc. The bench has stepped up as well, Javi, and it seems like Bacolod has done close to nothing to stopping this well-oiled machine that is South Cotabato.
Exactly, you know, the Warriors have been hitting on all cylinders. Kahit sinong ipasok mo, nagde-deliver para dito kay Coach Elvis Tolentino. Para sa side ng Bacolod, the problem hasn't been scoring the basketball, but it's been stopping the South Cotabato offense. They're slow to get back in terms of the fast break points. They've let everybody get their confidence on. And the turnovers piled up for them in that second quarter where they were able to give up 38 points. That's too much points given up in one quarter in 10 minutes para dito sa Bacolod.
And Louis Vigil has 11 points to lead all scorers. And on the other side naman, Dumapig and Rodriguez, who is Larry Rodriguez, actually 2 points away from the 1,000 points club. Enzo Hosso naman, quiet 8 points, pero mamaya abangan mo. Abot na naman ng 20 yan siguro.
Yeah, hit 20 the last game against Bataan. It's really in the second half where Enzo tends to be aggressive and look for his shot more. Kasi ang dami nga nilang weapons so he tries to defer to the other guys first. Make sure that everybody else gets their rhythm. Para yung depensa, wala masyadong focus sa kanya sa second half. Definitely a good ploy. And that is just a testament to the maturity that he's developed over the years playing under Coach Elvis.
Ngayon, 55-42. Bola ng South Cotabato to begin the third. Mark Cruz, Enzo Hoson, Larry Rodriguez, Miguel Sorella, and Kyle Tolentino ang lima sa loob. Ivano Davice, Danny Marilao, Decoy Lopez, Jojo Antiporda, and Louis Vigil para naman sa Bacolod. Kyle Tolentino, 3, short, 0 for 4 para kay Kyle Tolentino.
Well, at least everybody else is doing well from the outside para dito sa South Cotabato. 6 out of 14 so far, 6 out of 15 rather in this game.
That's Ludovice. Nakakuha ng foul on Mark Cruz.
Well, the problem for Bacolod was in the second quarter when the second unit stepped in. They gave away that basketball way too much. And even if 7 lang yung naging turnovers, marami na yan when you're going up against the South Cotabato squad.
You know, almost every time nakaka-convert as Marilao. Scoop layup won't go. Antiporda, good recovery. Counter steal. Ludovice. Marilao to the corner. Vigil, that's a 3. Yes!
And he was asking for a foul. Thought he was hit on the hand right there by Nicole Sorella. 14 points now in the game para sa kanya. And very important here for Bacolod that they are off to a good start here in the third quarter to avoid the lead from ballooning into an insurmountable amount.
Larry Rodriguez misses. Ludovice in the lane. Anteporda is open. No. Rodriguez with the rebound. Foul given up by Louis Vigil.
A wise foul there to stop the fast break. South Cotabato has been excellent in transition in this game, as they have always been all season long. That's one of the great pillars of their offense, the running game.
55-45. 8.5 to go here in the third. Mark Cruz. There's Tolentino. Kyle spins. Binigay kay Larry Rodriguez. 3 seconds of shot clock. Sorella gets away. Fires. No go. Rebound, Louis Vigil.
Great job for Bacolod holding their own defensively right there on the half-court set of South Cotabato. Everyone moving their feet and making sure that the guy they were guarding was always in front of them. Oh, Ludovice.
tried using that dribble. Kakahanap na ng pwesto, nalibre talaga siya, and he was able to knock down the 3. 9 points now for Ludovice. Sorella, gusto bumawi, wala.
Oh, dangerous pass right there. Vigil went up without any clear guy to receive the basketball.
Yan, kailangan niya batayan si Larry Rodriguez, chasing 1K points. They swing it over to Mark Cruz. Offensive foul on Enzo Hoson.
Big break right there para sa Bacolod.
Nico Elorde papasok na dito. For Mark Cruz. Still nursing an injury to si Mark. Over 7 minutes remaining. Offensive foul.
Sharp eyes there by referee Seb Pingol.
Wala na nagawa si Coach Chris Gavina dun.
Inakbayan na lang si Nico Elorde.
He's that good.
And they acknowledge the greatness of Nico Elorde, one of the candidates for Defensive Player of the Year. And you just really also admire the respect that these two guys have for each other, Ludovice and Elorde.
Tumapik, binigay kay Larry Rodriguez, and that's 1K. Para kay Larry Rodriguez, he is the 38th player to register 1,000 points. Started his career with the San Juan Knights. Spent the last 2 seasons with South Cotabato, with the Warriors franchise. Congratulations kay Larry Rodriguez. And he'll receive the game ball from Head of Operations, Emer Oreta. Nice milestone para kay Larry Rodriguez.
If you ask me, long time coming para sa kanya. Certainly would not have taken that long if he entered the league in his younger years. We all know his capabilities as a scorer. And congratulations once again to Larry Rodriguez for achieving that milestone.
And South Cotabato, more importantly, binigay ni Larry Rodriguez ng 9 puntos na kalamangan. And there are some interesting names next in line. Okay, Pamboy Raimundo is at 995. Gab Banal is at 990. Judel Fuentes is at 977. Japs Bautista, it's 975, and Robbie Manalang, 941, as Ivan Ludovice misses the long 2.
That's very impressive to have Judel Fuentes already near the 1,000 point barrier.
Yes, 2022 season lang siya pumasok dito. Oh, bagsak si Nico Elorde. No call. Vigil. Ball fake. Atake. 2 points.
Just too easy para dito kay Louis Vigil against numerous defenders. No problem for the former UST Tiger.
Inside though, Hoson nakalimutan ng assignment.
You can't just let up here against the South Cotabato squad. You have to be on your toes for the entire 40 minutes, or that is what is going to happen to you. They recognize kung saan kayo talaga magkakamali. Hinahanap nila yan. And they're very good at capitalizing on it.
Tuloy natin ang ating fast break of the game. Brought to you by New Star Max. Win to the max.
Ooh, turnover here para dito sa South Cotabato. This is going to be the problem for Bacolod. It's always when Ivan Ludovice goes to the bench where their offense starts to take a different direction. So let's see how well Anteporda and Peromingan can hold the fort in the backcourt para dito sa Bacolod.
Peromingan drives. Labas kay Cedillo. 3 on the way. Wala. Last touch on Larry Rodriguez.
A good look right there, setting up Cedillo with the open look.
Maganda lang dito for Bacolod. They are still ahead dito sa ating third quarter. They're ahead 10-6. Cedillo drives. The hang time move is short. It gets the ball away from Larry Rodriguez and the foul whistled against Nico Ilorde.
Being relentless right there. Ito si Alfred Cedillo did not give up. He already missed the open three-point shot in the initial possession. Got the ball back in the corner, drives inside, didn't get that basket as well. Now he's at the line for 2 shots.
His free throw is brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas.
Cedillo had 23 points in their last game against Pasay. He was the high point man in that game.
0 for 2 para kay Cedillo. 61-52 with under 5 minutes left here in the third. Quick spin. Domapig with a finish.
Kahit na alam mong bakbakan talaga sa lobong laro nito ni Chris Domapig, may konting finish rin nalalaman to eh.
Yep, absolutely. As Decoy Lopez misses on the gimme. Ilorde to Tolentino. Down low they go again to Domapig. Backing down on Lopez. The kick out. Larry Rodriguez short on the 3. Rebound is Cedillo. Pardo. Vigil. Nakawala sa depensa. And a foul. Oh,
That's
travel.
walk, yeah.
Nakala ko doon ng tawag sa kabila eh. Much display of the game brought to you by Suzuki. A quick spin move, sumundot si Cedillo.
You reach, I teach. Sabi ni Chris Domapig doon. Putting his body in a good angle to spin towards that baseline. No help defense coming from Bacolod.
Meanwhile, let's go to Mika Bisamis.
Can't look further than today. Can't foresee next week, next month. There's no better time than now. Yan ang sinabi ni Coach Alex Cabagnot inside the dugout. Would like to see more from Decoy Lopez and Jeb Bulawan. Also been hard on Ian Pardo during practice. These guys, he would like to push for their goals. Sa Delphin Having.
Maraming salamat, Mika. So, that's true. Cannot agree more with Coach Alex. The urgency to pick up wins here this season. Really under pressure at the moment. Valacuña, 3. Wala. Marvin Janicio with a rebound. Mark Cruz steps into the 3. Wala pa rin. Pero Mingan nakuha ang rebound.
This is a good opportunity for Bacolod to try and bridge the gap.
Inside, Manalang, no go.
I thought he was a little bit too soft right there going up for that basket. Konting tulak-lak doon ni Jervy Cruz na iba na yung tira.
Mark Cruz. Tumapit. Jervy sa ilalim. Dumapig. Forced that one.
That's better defense by Bacolod on Chris Dumapig after he has had his way in this ballgame. Ho, Pinoy step.
Ang ganda naman nun. Ang tricky Peromingan and finished it on the other side as well to make sure na walang shot blocker.
He fooled everybody there.
2:20 remaining. Here's Valacuña. Binabatay ni Peromingan. Labas si Marvin Jonicio. He'll fire. Wala. Rebound ends up with Alfred Cedillo. Pardo wants his team to continue running. Cedillo now with Peromingan. Foul away from the ball. It's on Marwin Jonicio. And here was the play earlier. Tricky pero Mingan. Pagka-gather, ginamitan agad ng ball fake. So, yan po ang galaw na pinamagataang Pinoy step.
Getting Jervy Cruz up in the air, but Peromingan will have to do more of that. And Ludovice back in the game after just a short stint on the bench.
Pardo, short on a three, gets his own miss. Labas kay Cedillo. Alfred, yes!
Well, let's see if this gives more life to Bacolod here as we wind down the third quarter. They certainly need this because South Cotabato has been a great fourth quarter team this season.
Minute and a half remaining in the third. That's a foul on Pardo. Smart play from Mark Cruz.
And just like in their game against Bataan, as we take a look at this last play, Cedillo getting the catch and shoot opportunity right there. And you could see there the celebration that he's making dahil marami na rin siyang minintis galing sa labas. And a lot of them were open looks actually.
Mark Cruz at the line. So, ang unang free throw.
The Warriors haven't missed from the free throw line in this game. 6 out of 6.
It's good to hear. Mark Cruz, one of the best free throw shooters in the league, 92%. 8-point advantage para sa South Cotabato Warriors. Minute and 20 remaining in the third quarter. Pero Mingan almost a steal by Jonicio. Tricky. Atake. Binigay kay Marilao inside. Missed the layup.
That's the second time Marilao has missed a gimme in this game.
Jonicio attacks and draws the foul. 2 free throws coming right up.
A great recognition right there by Marwin Jonicio going downhill, seeing that it was only Ludovice in front of him. And he might have also realized that Ludovice already has 2 fouls in this game. That's number 3 against Ivan. That's going to be big considering how heavy the minutes being played by Ludovice in this game at the point guard spot has been.
Mintis ang unang free throw ni Marwin Jonicio. That's the first miss of South Cotabato at the line. 52%.
That's really something that Marwin Jonicio still has to work on, that free throw shooting percentage.
Siyamang lamang ng South Cotabato. Steal by Marwin Jonicio. Marwin layup.
Yep, that's an offensive foul. Yep, very clear right there. There was a warding off of the left hand. Kaya napabagsak na si Tricky Paramingan. It was very clear from our vantage point.
The ball going back the other way. Tricky Paramingan pinahinga muna. And Louis Vigil is in the game. And can you imagine Bacolod, if they get a basket here and they come up with a stop, they might be down by just 7.
Yeah, this is a 2-for-1 situation para sa kanila.
10 steals for South Cotabato, 3 lang for Bacolod. Cedillo thought about it. And blitz the ball screen. Here's Cedillo. Turnaround shot. And, you feel like mawawala na siya ng balance ito.
Yeah. That was great defense from South Cotabato. Nobody jumping on the fake, just really keeping in step with the person in front of them. But Cedillo making something into nothing, improvising on that turnaround shot.
Cruz, the fadeaway is short, and that will do it.
That's definitely not going to count. I don't see why our referees have to even review that.
And Bacolod City of Smiles closing in on the South Cotabato Warriors at the end of 3 quarters.
Definitely no count.
The ball was still there for quite some time,
Yeah.
okay? And South Cotabato Warriors up by 7, although may momentum dito ang Bacolod City of Smiles. Larry Rodriguez registering 12 points so far, and that is enough for him to join the 1,000-point club ng Liga Nabaut Pilipino. 7 rebounds and 3 assists as well para kay Larry Rodriguez. Fourth quarter coming right up. But our end of the third quarter score is brought to you by GameX Sports, the official online basketball ending partner of the MPBL. Basta ending, GameX. This fan of the game is brought to you by Jinky Skin. Ano ba kayong mahiya?
Nahiya pa sila. Parang nagulat pa sila na napili sila.
Oo. Fourth quarter begins. Ivan Ludovice, Danny Marilao, Louis Vigil, Alfred Cedillo, Ian Pardo. Ang 5 para sa Bacolod, Nico Ilorde, Cal Tolentino, Enzo Hoson, Chris Dumapig, and Amito on the floor. Quarter scoring, and Alfred Cedillo. Much better defense from Bacolod, holding South Cotabato to 11.
11 points, yeah. That was a great defensive stance by Bacolod in that third quarter. You could see them responding to the call of urgency by Coach Alex Cabagnot, really running to every closeout, making sure that they don't get beat, communicating to their teammates in terms of the switching and not letting a lot of turnovers go on their offensive side of the floor. So that certainly was a good third quarter para dito sa Bacolod. Let's see if that momentum can be carried on over here to the final frame. We know that South Cotabato has always been a good fourth quarter squad this season, so that should be on the minds of Bacolod. They have to work double time here in the final frame.
They do have the ball here. Itong Bacolod City of Smiles. Baseline inbound. Ludovice to Pardo. Offensive foul.
And who is it again that is at the receiving end of that offensive foul? Nico Elorde.
That's a technical on Coach Alex. Second infraction of the improper bench decorum. You know, if you're asking us why he's been included into that list, no, yung mga kandidato ng best defensive players in the league. Ito si Nico Elorde, yun. Sample yun.
Exactly. He's not afraid to put his body in the middle of the crossfire. Always ready to receive contact as long as it will benefit his squad. He has no problems whatsoever despite his status here in the league. Talagang sa depensa pa rin maasahan ito si Nico Elorde.
That's wife Mitch here. Always very supportive.
Oh, tuwing Metro Manila yung games, lagi nanonood yan.
Oh, last time I saw them in Caloocan. 67-62. Jammer against Danny Marilao. Marilao staying strong. The steal by Vigil. Louis takes it all the way. Louis Vigil, basket plus the foul, and just like that, he's got 20 points.
Take a look at that. Danny Marilao able to defend well at the post without fouling. Able to get the tap to Louis Vigil. And what he does best, score the basketball. Louis Vigil once again slowing down, allowing the defense to get by him. In that case, Elorde had no other recourse but to try and hold on to him to prevent that score.
You know, young kids, yung nakita nyo doon, yung kaliwang kamay na dribble ni Louis Vigil.
Yeah.
Ganun kayo dapat kagaling mag-dribble sa kaliwa, hindi lang sa kanan.
Kung gaano kayo kagaling sa kanan, ganun rin dapat kagaling sa kaliwa.
Kasi yun yung pangtapos nyo eh. Oh.
Exactly. And you know, a lot of old school coaches would actually say nga na dapat, kung right-handed kayo, dapat nga mas magaling kayo mag-dribble sa kaliwa.
That's true. And ang ganda na sagot dito ni Mark Cruz. That's a 3. 70-65 is the score. 8.5 left. Ivan, yes.
Such a classic showdown here between the veteran point guards of South Cotabato and Bacolod. Ludovice going up against a loaded backcourt in this Warriors franchise in Mark Cruz and Nico Elorde.
Mintis ang jumper ni Mark Cruz. Chance to tie for Bacolod. Cedillo will fire.
Ooh.
No. Danny Marilao, early work dun sa offensive rebound.
Getting
Napito
fouled.
ng foul si Marvin Janicio.
Yeah.
And this game was begging for a run, Happy.
Yeah. You know, both teams, well, for South Cotabato, they've just been playing the way that they've been playing all season long. Not really going out of the system, flowing, and making sure that they get their baskets within the flow of the system.
That was a good look from Cedillo. I thought it was going in.
Medyo natakot nga ako dun sa kapoy mo, baka matapon mo eh.
And maganda dito sa Bacolod, nakaka-stop na sila eh.
Exactly. They're playing good defense without fouling, making sure that they stay disciplined throughout the course of the possessions of South Cotabato. The question is right now, how much gas do they still have left in their tank? But Louis Vigil says that he has so much more.
Well, you know, yun nga yung very deceiving eh. Ito si Louis Vigil, akala mo pagod na. The same case when I covered their game against San Juan. I thought he was running out of gas. Nang maaga, ha?
Second half na talaga siyang bumulusok eh, no? He already actually had a good first half.
Vigil! Speedy Bagaw.
He's just toying with the defense right now. Talagang tinatansya niya kung saan pupunta yung depensa eh.
Double team on Domapig. Janicio. Bacolod in the lead. Domapig inside. There's a foul.
I think one thing that South Cotabato hasn't been able to do a lot, especially here at the start of the fourth quarter, has been to go to the low block. But on the other side, Bacolod has been able to locate Louis Vigil in areas where he can be successful. Give a lot of credit to Ivan Ludovice in this game. He has been doing it all para sa Bacolod, playing defense, quarterbacking beautifully, and also scoring.
We have a timeout. Bacolod ahead 71-70. 6:47 remain. Presenting our Suzuki Muscular and Sporty fan of the game, just like the Avenis, do more and achieve more with the Muscular and Sporty scooter from Suzuki. The Avenis, oras na para magmotor. Meanwhile, let's go to our colleague Mika Abisamis.
Frustration and pressure have been building up for Louis Vigil. Kasama pa yung thought na aabot kaya kami sa playoffs while having to score 20+ points per game. Buti na lang, he is slowly getting back in shape, 70%. But Louis cannot be tired. He knows his role very well while working on his body, his patience, and his faith dito sa Bacolod City of Smiles. Sa Delphin Javi.
Maraming salamat, Mika. And Louis Vigil already with 24 in the ball game, is career best dito sa Liga ng Bawat Pilipino is 35 points against Valenzuela. He's had a couple of 30-point games already, haven't he?
Yeah. The first one was, I think, against San Juan.
San Juan, oh.
That was a game that we thought was going to be blown out by the San Juan Knights. Bacolod responding in the second half. Right now, that's what they've been doing. Etong Bacolod turning in a good third and fourth quarters so far. That was really very impressive. Limiting a team that's so good offensively like the South Cotabato Warriors to only 11 points. in that third period.
72-71. Tricky Peromingan is back in the game. Danny Marilao. Double dribble.
And they certainly made up for the 38 points they gave up in the second quarter at Bacolod. That's just not going to help their cause. Little turnovers like that. And you could see there the face of Coach Alex Cabagnot. Frustration written all over it. Could have been a possessor to get back the lead.
Yeah, they've done extremely well para makabalik sa laban natin. Down by 15 in the first half. Joson attacks, finds Kyle Tolentino. Lead back up to 3 para dito sa South Cotabato.
You see there, because prior to those baskets by Dumapig and then right there on the other side by Kyle Tolentino, they haven't really been exploring getting opportunities inside the paint, going for jumpers like that and shots from the outside. But it really is in the inside where they have immense advantage, having guys like Dumapig right there, despite 4 white shirts in the vicinity, had no problem going up for those 2 points.
And I like that Chris Dumapig finally flexed. You know, hindi masyado nagfi-flex yan si Chris Dumapig eh. Kasi kahit hindi siya naka-flex, parang naka-flex.
Para naka-flex pa rin.
Oh, inside. Decoy Lopez, smart play.
I'm sure he was very happy to get that one over Larry Rodriguez.
Tricky Peromingan. Ganda ng pasa niya. Attracting the defense, using that hesitation move. Take a look at this one. Chris Dumapig, offensive rebound. Apat kami. Nakapayong, walang problema. Tsaka yung flex niya, bilis na eh. Parang,
Quickie lang. But you know, you also have to give a lot of credit to Larry Rodriguez for making that play possible, because he was the one with the initial box out that freed up Chris Dumapig to get right in front of the basket and have that ball fall right into his hands.
they go to Larry Rodriguez. The kick out to Enzo Joson. Yes, sir.
Now that's 13 points already para kay Enzo Joson. Quite surprising that he already has that much at this point of the game. He hasn't really been attempting a lot sa laro na to. There, Louis Vigil trying to fish for a foul.
It's the consistency
Exactly.
ng Bacolod na hinahanap mo, no? Na they've done so well to get back into this ball game. Hindi nila pwedeng hayaan na lumayo ulit ng South Cotabato. Having such a short rotation right now. Larry Rodriguez, offensive foul.
Very clear right there. Coach Alex Cabagnot has also to be careful. He's near that half-court line again. Might be given a technical the next time.
Six-point game. 4:21 remaining. You know, obviously now Bacolod with 1 win to show. Yung record nila, you know, hindi yan yung nilalaro nila ngayon.
Very different from the squad that they were in the first few games. The last 4 games, itong pagpasok ni Louis Vigil have been very different for Bacolod compared to the start of the season.
Cedillo with a runner. That won't go. Dumapig keeping in step.
The problem with Bacolod developing a consistency here in this game is they also are on a very short rotation. That's why it's very tough to try and expect. There you go, Ludovice. I think that's cramps para sa kanya. It's very tough to try and play defense against a well-oiled machine like South Cotabato and expect your players to have enough steam at this point of the match.
81-75. Ivan Ludovice. Nakita mo, he really exerted a lot of effort behind the back on that one. And the floater. Immediately requesting to be subbed off due to cramps. We'll see if he can come back. Ito si Ivan Ludovice. 3:20 remaining. Down by 6 ang Bacolod City of Smiles. Pero Mingan and Pardo will be tasked. Oh, Cedillo is free. No.
Had a good line, just a little bit too strong right there, galing kay Cedillo. Still a lot of time to be played here. All Bacolod needs to do is stay disciplined defensively. Just like that, you turn your back on a defender. Or rather, if you're a defender and you turn your back on an offensive player, just like what Mingan did, that's what Cal Tolentino is going to do to you.
He was ball watching here.
Rodriguez, a very able passer on the low block. He is not afraid to give up that basketball, especially if it's a better situation. That time, a higher percentage shot made available by Larry Rodriguez for Cal Tolentino.
This free throw is brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. Cal completes the three-point play. Lumobo na ulit ang lamang dito to 9 points after Bacolod took the lead 71-70. 14-4 run response from South Cotabato. Cedillo leans in, no good. Big rebound para kay Cal Tolentino.
And that's been the story of the last few minutes para dito sa Bacolod. They're getting open looks. They're getting good looks, actually. Cedillo, he has been at the receiving end of a lot of those passes, just unable to knock it down.
Mark Cruz got hit going up to for the basket. So Marilao whistled for his third personal. Ayun, tinamaan sa mukha and then sa kamay.
Nadaplisan dun sa mataya, man. Sakit niya yan.
And Mark Cruz slowly but surely getting back into shape here after recovering from an injury.
Missed quite a number of games. Siguro mga 4 na laro din yun.
Yeah. Pero alam mo yung mga players dito ng South Cotabato, alam mo yung gusto ko rin naman sa kanila, yung composition nila, is that you always know what to expect from them. Alam mo yung magdi-deliver lagi,
Yeah.
you know, they're very reliable.
And you don't really see a lot of egos around them. You know that everybody wants the best for the team.
Yeah, so professional. 2 minutes and 16 seconds remaining. May timeout tayo. Magandang gabi mga kaliga. Si Dev Tupas kasama si Javi Palania. And our director and camera crew doing a great job here. Ganyan po sila kagaling. Yung palipat-lipat. May naririnig ako sa likod ko eh. Bakit daw? Michael Pacquiao, the owner of the South Cotabato Warriors.
Bakit daw kasi puro magaganda lang? Ba't di daw pwede yung mga pogi?
Oo. Bakit nga ba? Mamaya. Kayo din, mamaya. Last 2 minutes is brought to you by GameX Sports, the official online basketball lending partner of the MPBL. Basta ending, GameX.
Vigil just trying to lift his team up on his shoulders right now. This is still very much possible para sa kanila, but they need stops.
That's an 8-second call. Alex Cabagnot.
He's
Doon nasa
livid.
harap ni, doon nasa harap ni referee Seb Bingol eh. Just in case makalimutan daw magpumito.
You gotta love the passion coming from him. You could understand that he is the type of guy that is not used to losing, and that's why you could understand the frustration coming from him. Pero natutuwa ka naman na talagang he's trying to do everything, and
Alam mo yung ano, yung problem lang for Bacolod on this stretch, that Louis Vigil came in and Coach Alex is, fully has already, found a way to integrate his influence on on this team. Ang problema nila, they face teams.
yeah, all winning teams.
All winning teams.
San Juan, Valenzuela, Pasay, now South Cotabato.
Joe Ramos, our executive officer, Rudy Distrito, our head of security, and Emer Oreta, our head of operations.
Pangasinan as well was part of that stretch ng pagkapasok ni Louis Vigil.
Cal Tolentino at the line. Makes the first.
And actually, they could have already developed a winning streak that after that game against Bicol. Had they won that, they only lost by 1. That was really a heartbreaker para sa kanila.
Wala pa yata sila Louis.
Wala pa. Next game na sila pumasok.
I think that was the game when LA Casinillo missed yung sa last second.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
And short-handed rin sila nun eh. I think they had less than 10 players in the lineup in that game.
Cal Tolentino. He's done a terrific job on Louis Vigil in the last, 5-6 minutes or so.
Well, initially, Coach Elvis Tolentino put a different guy on him, but seeing that Vigil was
Too crafty.
Decided to put a younger guy on him in Cal Tolentino.
Tolentino is blocked by Lopez. Bacolod trying to mount a last-minute run here. Wala pa rin. Dumapig with a
Oh,
rebound.
that's an offensive foul, yeah.
Hindi ganun, Chris eh.
Hindi talaga.
Hindi ganun eh. Hindi ganun yung pag-ano mo na, pag-demonstrate mo na. Hindi na ganun yun. Tapos na.
Sana na lang ginawakan niya na lang at tinago na lang yung bola. Imbis na iwas-iwas pa ng ganun.
Hindi ganun yun eh. Kasi yung gumalaw yung gumalaw yun. Yan.
Hindi talaga. Hindi talaga. Malayo. Doon kasi sa demonstration, di ka na gumalaw eh.
Oo, yung shoulder mo yung nag-lower eh. 88-77. Timeout muna tayo. 44 seconds remaining. Enzo Hoson, 11 points in the fourth quarter against Bataan. Finished with 20 in that ball game. Has 15 and 7 assists to go with 2 steals. Perfect from beyond the arc. And this is now usual numbers para kay Enzo Hoson as he gears up for the postseason. Another solid game from this young man.
He has really developed into a very efficient player para dito sa South Cotabato. Wouldn't play a lot of minutes, but you could definitely expect him to put up great numbers still.
Now I think more of what's needed from his team.
Yeah.
Yun yung binibigay niya.
Kung kailangan nyo na scoring, he will be there. If they need him to orchestrate and facilitate, he is more than willing to do that, as well as play good defense.
88-79, 38 seconds remaining. Quick basket from Ivan Ludovice. May have been fouled there on that occasion. Timeout muna si Coach Elvis. Ivan Ludovice. Yun, akala nila may foul. All closing in on a triple-double here. So Ivan Ludovice, 15 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists, and 3 steals. A really solid game. Started the season with Negros, was released, moved to Bacolod during free agency, and yung sinasabi natin, Avi, if they had him earlier.
Oh yeah, for sure. That would be a very different story. At malas lang talaga ng Bacolod that the reinforcements came in at the stretch of the season where you mentioned na talagang malalakas na team na yung kalaban nila. All squads that are in contention for playoff spots.
A steal para kay Ivan Ludovice. Lopez, wala. And a foul whistled on Enzo Hoson.
You just gotta give it to Ivan Ludovice. That was his 4th steal of the game. Already came out with cramps near the 3-minute mark of this 4th quarter, but came back right away. Coach Alex Cabagnot knew that he needed Ivan in there to even have a chance of trying to snatch this victory against South Cotabato.
He's a warrior.
He is.
Although Warriors yung kakabila. Sa ibang team, yung kabilang team.
You know, he knows what it takes to be able to have success in this game.
Oo naman. Oo
He's a
naman.
winner in college.
Even here. Inside, Tolentino for 2. 81-90. Bacolod will fall short once again. Pardo for 3. Yes. And it will end up as a 6-point victory para dito sa South Cotabato. Big second half for Bacolod, but they will fall short. The City of Smiles. It's going to be the South Cotabato Warriors who will pick up a 2nd straight victory and a 13th overall, weathering a late storm from Bacolod, itong South Cotabato, for a 90-84 victory.
You know, if I'm Coach Alex Cabagnot, I would say to my players that they still have to have their heads held high after this game.
Our best player of the game, Chris Domapig, such a pillar of strength underneath. 16 points, 10 rebounds, 4 of 4 free throw shooting. Really changed.
Yeah.
You know, there are games that it is going to be the guards that will lead the way for South Cotabato, but this was the type of game na kinailangan si Chris Domapig sa ilalim.
Actually, pagpasok ni Larry Rodriguez, yun talagang nagpalit ng complexion ng laro na to. That's really what set the tone and had them set up for that 38 points in the 2nd quarter.
Best player of the game is brought to you by Manny Pacquiao's MPBL. Our final score, 90-84 for South Cotabato. Final score is brought to you by GameX Sports, the official online basketball ending partner of the MPBL. Basta ending, GameX. Let's go to Mika Bisantos.
Maraming salamat. Kasama ko ngayon ang Manny Pacquiao's MPBL Best Player of this game. Walang iba kung hindi si Chris Domapig. Chris, despite yung efforts ni Louis Vigil, talagang nagamit mo yung height mo sa larong ito. First half pa lang, may 10 points and 5 rebounds ka na. Nag-end ka with 16-10 at perfect ka pa sa free throw. Ano masasabi mo sa larong ito?
Yun, sa laro na namin, sinunod lang namin yung game plan ni Coach. Saka ako, pag sabi ko kay Coach, pag bigyan niya ako ng playing time at lalaro lang ako sa best ko. Yun.
At pag binigyan ka ulit ni Coach ng playing time sa susunod niyong laban, ang makakalaban niyo ay Abra. Naiisip mo na ba yon, Chris?
Yun, Abra, talagang malakas na team. So talagang paghahandaan namin next game.
Meron ka ba mga gustong batiin at pasalamatan?
Binabati namin yung mga sponsor namin, sila Gob Tamayo, Mayor Lorely Pacquiao, Jinkies Skin, Anta, RCS Sportwear, Armor On, Tara Up Philippines, Evo All-Star, at saka binabati ko din yung pamilya ko dyan sa Dipolog, yung anak ko, si Sander at saka si Sikel, yung asawa ko, yung magulang ko, at saka yung lahat ng taga-pulang ko. Thank you.
Right, maraming salamat. Our Manny Pacquiao, MPBL's best player of this game is Chris Domapig. Si Delphin Javi.
Congratulations kay Chris Domapig and South Cotabato Warriors winning over Bacolod. And meanwhile, magpapahinga muna kami. But up next, It's the Pangasinan Heatwaves against the Pasay Voyagers in another North Division showdown. We will be right back for that one. Stick with us.